Just waiting. There's a 20-second, so there'll be a 20-second gap between the live stream and here.
Okay.
Just so we know. So in case like you were dual screening it, just to make sure there's no bugs or whatever, that's what's going on.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm not doing that now.
No worries. Okay, great. Let's get into it, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hardest part of the ring, part duel. We're here for the second time this week. We're doing something a little bit different. We're live streaming on YouTube, thanks to our wonderful producer and also the petty one.
I was about to say, special shout out to Keith for real.
Right. They came up with a great idea for us to dually here on YouTube as well, which is very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I ain't got to chase fame because you already know my name. I am better than the best, Teron Bishop. To my right, and always ready to fight the marks. There's Mr. Monday Night, which now his code name all of a sudden has changed to the Ring of Honor General Manager. Now he wants to take credit for what I didn't want to watch. And that's okay. That's okay.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And you know, obviously, if you thick, you can go ahead and run through. But if you sick, go ahead and stay home, you know, because Hollywood don't want nothing to do with that. No, stay your ass home. We got Hollywood Jacoby only wanting the thick chicks.
And especially if they run through with that Reggie, though. Although, after today, me and J-Rock are good to go for a while. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We showed up at the pop-up, and I was throwing money, bro.
Yeah, Hollywood was being Hollywood. He was throwing the money. He was like, Hollywood. Here it is.
Oh,
give me the green. Give me the green.
He was doing that.
He was throwing it. Give me the green. I was okay. Okay.
All right, Jacoby, I see you, girl, living up to your moniker.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing the duckets.
You know how it goes.
You know what? Speaking of ducats, Nate hates the word ducats. I love it. It's my, you know, ducats and coins. Like, that's just what we do.
That's how we got to be. That's all I'm saying.
Before we get into it, right, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? But first I want to talk about is Mr. M-A-R-C. Sir, you're getting a shout out tonight on the show because you are acting up, okay? You can't drop thirst traps on fucking WrestleMania weekend and don't think gay Twitter gonna blow up, okay? You knew what you were doing. He up here sending me messages talking about some, look at this. Like, no shit, bitch. Get his ass. I can't wait to get his ass back on this show. Talking about some, I need to blow up. Okay, all right, well, you gonna blow up now, boy. Showing all your stuff. You're showing everybody the goodies. Hell wrong with you.
That's
the Canadian goodies.
Hey, is what it is, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, we gotta keep it PG. You know, keep it PG on the IG. Right.
Monday Night has had a multiverse of madness of his own today.
For sure.
We just found this out 5 minutes ago. He had a
putting in the OT and then some.
Right. So Monday Night is going to give you a quick rundown of his multiverse of madness today. Monday Night's multiverse of madness.
Strap in.
Yes.
Jesus.
So everybody know this is WrestleMania weekend and everything. And since WrestleMania is 2 nights, everybody decided, well, we got to have our shows on Friday. Every fucking body decided to have a show on Friday. So let's run down all these shows. Let's see. We started with Bloodsport, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. That was pretty cool. John Hennigan was up there. He got a win over the former Simon Gotch. Roddy's wife was up there. She got a win. Moxley beat Biff. Your guy Biff Busick, Jake.
There you go. I mean, you know.
And then let's see. And Josh Barnett, he choked out Jonah. Big Mr. Bronson Reed.
Damn right. Good for him.
Then let's see. Then we went. Then after that, we got, what was it? Joey Janela Spring Break 6.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. X-Pac got beat by Joey Janela.
Yes.
Let's see. Mickey James was out there kissing bitches.
Jade Cargill formula. Let's
The
get
Briscoes won the GCW Tag Team Champions back. And then let's see after that where we have. Then we go to For the Culture. For everybody who don't know what For the Culture, that's all the black people. It's the black show. Oh, and shout out to Wale for Wale Mania last night. That shit looked lit.
Okay. Pause. Wale Mania had the white people acting up. Like,
right.
Grayson Waller was exposed, dude. Exposed.
Grayson Waller cutting up, cut all the way up. Then fucking what's her face got him right together. What's her name?
Talking about Indy.
Who?
Indy Hartwell. Come on.
Indy. I forgot her name. Indy Hartwell got him right together with receipts.
Damn right. It's tax season. I mean,
she's full of them.
Shit. I said, all right, Indy, defend yourself, girl.
For years. Damn, okay.
This bitch said not for days or months or a year, for years. 2016. Yo, how you let somebody be like that long without smashing?
Or without smashing that block button? I mean, what you mean?
Oh no, she just smashed this whole block button on life. Like, I love Grayson. I'm just saying, Wale Mania is what NXT 2.0 should be. Okay, like all of their personalities show the fuck up. I'm just saying, everybody's personality. Mm-hmm. You got to see who these people really are, and it does not match. If their real life personalities are like that, their wrestling personas are fucking boring as fuck. Like, get it together, WWE. Capitalize on that shit.
Like Grayson Waller. Like, now I look at him in NXT, I'm like, okay, they need to dial that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Grayson Waller's cool, but it looks like he had a 6. At Wale Mania, he was at a 10. That's what we need. We need that 10.
Yep.
They give us the 10. He becomes the biggest star.
All right, so it's still in the tube of your multiverse because this is fucking crazy. Because I don't understand how you watch this much TV today. But go ahead.
Yeah. So then we got For the Culture. We got a Hit Row reunion. Yay!
Oh shit.
Well, everybody but Swerve.
That's okay.
But we understand.
That's right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Swerve.
They're now called the
Hit Row.
They're now called the Hit Makers. So, and I can rock with that. They're still rapping and stuff. So I like it. I'm glad that they stayed together. They can make a run together. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Then after that was, what the fuck was after that? The New Japan show was after that.
Yep.
That was really good. Jay White and what the fuck was it? I can't remember who the hell Jay White faced. I want to say Alex Shelley, but then I'm probably wrong on that. So
that's okay. Irrelevant.
Yeah, but the New Japan show was really good. Then Ring of Honor
is where we are now.
It was Speedball
That's
Mike
where we
Bailey,
are now. Mike Bailey, yeah, that was a really good match. Shout out to Mike Bailey because I done seen him like 3 times over today and 3 different matches. And all of them been fucking good. Like, so shout out to her. I literally just watched them on the damn Impact shit. On Impact. That's where I'm at right now. Impact. Great stuff. Like, he's been
some people put a triple and double duty, right, Javon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Briscoes.
Like your boy Ninja Mac, he's been wrestling all day. He's been wrestling all damn day. Like, I don't know how he do it, how he got to every freaking show, but he did. Like, he been there all day. Like, go ahead, get your coins.
Hell yeah, you getting paid getting them big bucks.
Damn right.
And let's see. Oh, and I forgot the GCW Lucha show, which also had John Morrison. He's going by a new name, John Cavalindo or something. Mm-hmm. But they also had my nigga Psychosis. I rock with that nigga. Yes, the original. They had the original Psychosis. I was like, okay, yes.
Right. Well, what about Lapaka?
That gave me WCW vibes. Oh, here in MLW. I'm waiting for when the MLW show is that tonight or is that tomorrow? I hope that's tomorrow. Like, because he's supposed to be up there, so I gotta watch him too.
That's crazy. So look, Monday Night Hall of Fame, right? That's the only thing I want you to talk about because Scott Steiner was up there. And that's the only thing I really care about. How did he act?
He didn't act a fool. Okay, so sorry to disappoint everybody, but Scott Steiner was on his best behavior.
Damn.
He told a great story about with the Macho Man, and he was pretty cool. He was pretty cool. Hall of Fame, it's been okay. It ain't been nothing crazy. It is going by quicker than normal. So I appreciate that shit. Because usually the Hall of Fame be like about 2-3 hours. Today they just getting through it. So I appreciate him for that. But O'Shea, can we stop trotting out the Ultimate Warrior's wife? Can y'all get somebody else for the award? Or I don't know. Figure out something else, WWE. Figure out something. Can't Stephanie do it? We like Stephanie. I'm Kayla Braxton. I'm sure she ain't doing shit. Kayla, I love me some Kayla.
Wait, hold on. That's
you know what? Matter of fact, bring back Chuck. Where's Chuck? She ain't doing nothing on ESPN today. You could have brought her back.
Girl,
to do it. I appreciate that. Man. Yeah. I that's all I got.
It's the disrespect.
Linda, find Linda.
Oh my God.
it's the absolute disrespect.
At this point, you're just gonna take Gageberg. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, bro.
So, okay.
I mean,
okay, gentlemen. So here we are. We have the first Ring of Honor pay-per-view of the Tony Khan era, right? And we just gonna come right off gate. We're gonna just ask how you felt about it. So you got a minute, Jacoby, go.
I thought it was fun. I think you and I talked about it a little bit, beforehand, off air and stuff. And I think you summed it up perfectly, where you were delightfully entertained. Not fully like hardcore balls to the wall, but it was a nice, like, for being $30, it was okay. You know what I mean? Like it was fine. That's great. And the ending, I think, made it all worth it. Although I do have some thoughts that we'll get to.
Okay. Monday night, what do you think?
It's all right. I my whole reason for me watching it was I just wanted to see what the direction was, how this was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, and to me, real talk, it makes me feel like ROH is really just going to be an extension of AEW.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
Which is fine. It's going to be there. It's going to be their NXT. I can live with that. That's cool.
They made it very clear though that the rules all still stood the whole time. The 20 count, the pure rules, like the whole deal.
Yeah.
Everything was there. I mean, I enjoyed it. Again, I didn't know what to expect. Like, because ROH is a very classic show, It has some nostalgia to it. And some of our favorite pro wrestlers and sports entertainers came from there.
Right.
So I want to start off with the commentary team. I don't know who that black guy is. Don't know, don't care. But he was trying way too hard to be black.
Oh my God.
Like, girl, how many Will Smith references you gonna give me? Like, okay, I know it's hot, but could you slow it the fuck down? Second, could you stop saying this man's whole name? Like, we all know who Ian is. Stop saying his whole government every time you say his name. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? This guy was on my nerves. It was like, you know what it was like? It was like not even a great value Booker T. It was like a Lidl Booker T.
Ooh,
okay.
Wow. Yo, not the Lidl.
Right.
Yo, that's I need to collect my thoughts a little bit here because that's crazy, man. Like, look, I mean, it wasn't great. They lacked chemistry, that's for sure. But look, it ain't as bad as how AEW was at the beginning.
Wait, what? They lack chemistry?
Yeah, I thought so. Especially when you first tune in. I mean,
that's their chemistry. That's it.
Oh,
what y'all saw, like they've been the commentary team for like the past couple of years now. That is it. What y'all saw right there was it.
Ian, shit. Like I love Ian, right? I can't say his last name. Rama, what is it? Rama. He just said it 50,000 times, and I still can't remember it. Like, but Ian is the shit. I'm okay with Ian. It gives me a young McMahon feel, right? Like, I'm okay with that. Fucking the other guy, nah. Fucking go somewhere with that shit. You can get me somebody else. Like D'Lo Brown did better. Find him, sign him up. Clearly, Chavo not doing something. Call Chavo. Like, I need somebody to give me better color, like as well.
You just brought in Joe. Just give it a couple months. He can hold it down by himself.
Shit. That's rude. Very much so rude.
He was one of the best WWE commentators they've had in a long time.
He was definitely delightful. I was A-okay with that. You know, if Austin Aries to stop being an anti-vaxxer, he can come and commentate as well.
He was fun on commentary too. And then he just found out that he's always been this piece of shit. And then you're like, oh, damn, sucks. Whatever.
Right. So the only thing we'll start off with, I'm not going through the pre-show because nobody cares, because anything that Colt Cabana is on, who gives a fuck? So the only thing that was like right. The only thing that was a travesty was Mr. Dalton Castle was on the pre-show, girl. How are you gonna waste a talent like that?
Simple, because he ain't part of AEW.
True.
Fuck. So
that's what it came down to. Let's be honest.
So the show started off strong, gentlemen, right? Like everything we kind of wanted out of the situation. Shane Strickland right out the gate versus Alex Zane. Let me tell you something. The Crunch Rap Supreme, girl, what? Like this kid, I've never seen him before. Really stopped watching Ring of Honor because it was too many other things to watch, honestly. So that was one of the things that got chopped. But looking at some of the talent they have, some of the core talent they have a lot of good people on the roster. That was a solid match and a solid play by Shane Strickland. Now, I'll tell you this. Swerve was perfect throughout the whole entire match. Watching Swerve now made me quickly realize he never needed Hit Row. And that's what got Hit Row fired.
I'm glad you finally realized. It took you a while, but you finally got it. You finally put it together that Swerve never needed them. They don't necessarily need him either, but he never needed Hit Row. He needed it for the heel turn back in NXT. However, but before that, he was putting on bangers, and then he continues to put on bangers now. Needless to say, I have a permanent residence in Swerve's house, and I think we should all.
Most definitely. What was weird about the match shows, they kept calling out like Swerve doesn't understand the rules. Like, Swerve ain't using the 20 count fast. The AEW people are all stupid to Ring of Honor. They kept making that very clear throughout the whole show. Like, right? They're like, oh, they don't understand this rule and that rule and this rule. Well, I mean, y'all gonna be sharing talent, so they better get to know it real quick, right? Mm-hmm. The match was wrestled though in a Ring of Honor style. The pacing of the match was OG Ring of Honor style. It was, AEW has a style to it. Like, you know what I mean? And it didn't feel like that style. Did you take that away, Javon?
Yeah.
Was the pacing different? Like, even seeing the AEW stars?
Yeah, I mean, compared to AEW, yeah, like Ring of Honor has always been kind of like slower pace because it's more wrestling. It's more like actually mat technician wrestling there than it is like in AEW, so they didn't have a lot of like the high flyers and stuff on the card. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was more like ground based. You know what I'm saying? So it tended to make everything a little bit slower, or feel slower at least.
Jake, what's your feelings on the match?
Well, I agree with both of you. I do think it's interesting. It's an interesting wrinkle that he didn't know the rules and they were exploiting that. especially if the direction of ROH is that they're going to be developmental. If they have this weird superiority complex than AEW, it's going to have some kind of clash down the line, but I don't know if that's going to maintain as the status quo. It could also just be an easy way to refamiliarize wrestling fans with the fact that ROH is this way, if that makes sense.
I mean, overall, like 4 out of 5 match for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just a solid match, good storyteller. I really enjoyed it. Not a lot of botches. They went out there, they did their thing. I'm very excited for Shane Strickland on his home turf, which is AEW. Hopefully they do not confuse us by a whole bunch of cross-brand changing of people, you know?
Right.
I guess when it's the off season for people on AEW, they should be on Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? So they still stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
But storytelling, I hope that Ring of Honor storytelling and AEW storytelling really stays separate, and only in cases like the Briscoes and FTR and the Young Bucks, where it just organically makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's just my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So the wrestler of the fucking day, Ninja Mac, which nobody in the world knew who he was. I had to Google him. Shows up just to get his ass whooped by the what is it, Tony Blanchard Enterprises second or third member, Mr. Brian Cage. Monday night. So Brian Cage, all that huff puff, blah blah. The match was okay. The only thing I really noticed was Ninja Mac's tits. The Brian Cage huffed, puffed, blew his house down. Wife went off. Is he a permanent resident on Ring of Honor now?
Of course he is. Perfect place for him. Stay there.
Right, but so Javon, that brings me to the next part of it. He hung on for so long. Do you think they knew about this Ring of Honor thing? Obviously, way before we did. I mean, like a year ago, because he was real chill. Like,
nah. As far as like using him as part of it,
right? Did you think that they already knew it was another brand? They had an idea that they were going to have somewhere to go, so that's why they weren't really freaking out. Like, it's a couple of wrestlers that really weren't freaking out. Like, they just like real cool and chill. They're like, okay, cool. Mercedes Martinez, prime example. She came along knowing she didn't fit, but at the end of the day, like, look now. Like, you know what I mean? It makes sense.
I don't think so, because like Mercedes can go anywhere. They could have used her. She could have just really been a permanent resident of Dark or Rampage. I mean, to be honest, like, I think having her there is great now. Because I don't think that with Mercedes they were ever going to put the belt on her. I don't think Mercedes was ever going to be like a real focal point of the AEW women's division. She's good to have. She could put good matches on with everybody, but I don't think they was ever going to push her to the top or whatever. So I think she eventually, if there's no Ring of Honor, she just be on Rampage. She just be on Dark.
Right.
So
for the most part. And I think that's...
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No. Go ahead.
So Brian Cage, though, permanent resident, pitch a tent. He's there. Him, Tully Blanchard, and Tully's group is on Ring of Honor forever.
Yeah, well, I think Brian Cage will still get shot a little on time on AEW, but again, he's another person that they ain't pushing him. They're not gonna push him to the top. They can push him to the top of Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
like they can do that, but they were never gonna push him to the top of AEW.
He was always gonna be like a TNT champion fodder contender. You know what I mean? Like some guy that the babyface champion or vice versa has to run through and then loses. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how they were using him. That's why he didn't fit in really well with Team Taz. And then after that whole departure, we were like confused. You know what I mean? Like we were like, well, good for him. Hopefully he gets his own shit. But then at the same time, it was just not plausible. They just they didn't know how to use him. So if you team up with Tully in what is basically just Team Taz, but in ROH, it's like now he can be the focal point. He can be the prize monster and stuff. And it's just a decent spot for him. It's low exposure, low expectations. And all he has to do is just basically just be the resident beast. And that's cool.
Javon was really taken back by the Gates of Agony. Like, I mean, no research on these guys, Javon. Like, never seen these guys before.
I probably have. They just weren't memorable to me.
Oh my god!
But hey, they got Tully Blanchard, their manager. So I'm sure there's gonna be something. I'm sure they're gonna do something. They're good. They'll be a good Ring of Honor tag team.
They look good. Like, right? Like,
yeah,
they look. I mean, they don't look AEW or you know what I mean? They got a certain look. Like, and I don't say that in a negative way. It's just like they have a New Japan Ring of Honor like kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. WWE tag teams are super like polished, which I hate that. Like, you know, like they're not gritty. These guys are like, they about to get ugly. Fuck some shit up, and I'm excited. I'm gonna keep my eye on them. This Ninja Mac match ain't even really worth a rating, right? Like for me. Wait, how about you guys?
Next.
2 out of 5 won't even recommend. Next. So after this match, they waited to the middle to put the pedal to the metal, right? Lee Moriarty, Jay Lethal, decent match.
Yeah.
My notes.
My favorite match
was probably my favorite match of the night, Javon. But my note, Lee Moriarty, still sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in the ring with Jay Lethal.
I mean, you're in the ring with Jay Lethal, though. Like, you need to bring your fucking A game and make sure everything is like on point. It was a couple of miscalled pins. It was just, and it was all on him. Like, Jay Lethal was Jay Lethal. You know, I heard like high praise on Lee Moriarty, and you know, I think it's just another situation of spot monkeying. You know what I mean? Like, he's very pizzazzy, like, you know. And I think somebody said it in an interview recently that a lot of these young guys need to slow down a little bit and pay attention to the craft and the storytelling of what they're doing. You can still be a high flyer. Rey Mysterio was that high flyer, right? But it was story to his matches. Lee, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I do. I really enjoy him. But at this point, Ring of Honor is now open, you know, permanent resident on Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Build that character that way. That heel turn, though, Javon. Expected?
Awful.
Unexpected.
Kinda.
No.
He's been losing. And I've seen this story with him. And my thing is, I've seen this story with him in Ring of Honor before. When he turned heel in Ring of Honor a couple of years ago, it was because he started losing and kept losing. And he was just like, fuck it. This is where we at now. Like, it's like we revisiting this shit in the past. So I go rock with this.
So another weird thought in my mind. Is Jay Lethal back on Ring of Honor full time? You see them? So did we do this whole?
Yes, he's back. He's back. He done ran the gambit of losing to all the big names. You done got those matches out the way. He there now. Keep him there.
So we went through all of this drama. That's what I'm trying to say, Javon. I feel like this was plotted. They knew that Tony Khan knew he was in by Ring of Honor. He knew it.
Well, I will say this. By the time he signed Jay Lethal, because he ain't had Jay Lethal that long. I bet he's been in negotiations.
Yeah, I remember Lethal had a
minute.
podcast. Lethal was on Jericho's podcast, and he said, like, really shortly thereafter, when they got their notice, I mean, he was like on the next plane to Jacksonville. I mean, there was no thought, there was no real downtime for Lethal in between that stuff. So I think Tehran actually has a good point when he says that this could have been plotted. Now, maybe Lethal didn't know, but back in Tony's mind, Tony was like, okay, well, how much is it really going to cost me to buy ROH? You know, I think that he's that kind of person, given how much of a fan we know he is. And we've said this on the show before. I'm sure as soon as he realized that they were up for sale, you know what I mean? He was probably the first, if not one of the first two at the door, without a doubt in my mind.
It's like Pokemon cards to Tony Khan. You know what I mean?
That's what it feels like. You know, he's like, look at this holographic Jay Lethal card. I just bought it, you know, or look at this holographic Tony Storm card. Aren't you guys gonna, you know, I gotta sleeve this real quick. It's like, and I think that's why that's why her debut fell flat for me. On top of like the foresight of being like, well, how's she going to be used right away, and what's her ultimate like destiny here? But I think it's because we constantly see old wrestlers just not old as in like she's old, but like wrestlers that we've seen in other companies, specifically WWE, show up in All Elite Wrestling just at the drop of a hat. You know what I mean? No real setup. It's just kind of whenever there's a mystery person, it's never really a returner. It's always somebody new that eventually is just going to get lost in the shuffle. And that's what I fear moving forward for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. So with Jay Lethal, I think the storytelling was there though on AEW. I'm with Javon. Like I kind of felt it coming. I was like, damn, he's gonna do some foul shit tonight. Like, and he did. I think it's the best thing for his career.
Yeah,
like right now,
the character a lot more interesting. Lethal as a heel is Lethal as a babyface is good and can work and can sell, but Lethal as a heel is also very special too. So it's gonna be fun.
Ratings on a match. What do y'all feel?
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Same here.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. We'll recommend. Like hands down. That's what I would do. Then it kind of took a turn, right?
Did it?
First of all, Javon, Willow is thick with about 3 C's.
Ooh, yes.
Girl, like I'm like, okay. Like I'm first of all, I'm feeling the whole, I like her whole gig. My problem is though, should she have won that championship tonight?
No. Nah. I think they did right by putting it on Mercedes, just because now you have a vet that can hold it and then eventually lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it's like the Jericho thing all over again. Like, you have somebody that's reliable, that holds the title first and can really paint the whole, well, if you don't like it, take it from me type deal. And I think that a lot of the ROH women are going to thrive off of that kind of standpoint to jumpstart.
You mean all 3 of them?
Yes. Yes, I do. Shades of NWA when they started Power, by the way.
Right. I mean, seriously, what RH women do we have on deck? Roxy jumped to WWE.
Yeah.
Which was, I mean,
hey, now we are huge advocates for, you know, securing the commas, and that's exactly what she did. So good for her. You know what I mean?
Definitely gonna extend that NXT 2.0 trash contract, you know, through and through. So good job to Roxy, right? You know,
hey, I'm excited for her. If I can get her versus somebody like Dakota Kai or something, I'm in.
Look, it ain't really much to say. They did a good job in the match, even though that moonsault was a little rough. Like, I'm like, girl, you out here about to kill a whole bitch on national television. Like, chill the fuck out. Everybody can't. You coming up there fucking dummy thick, all cheeked up, and you about to like flip off that top rope. You about to kill somebody, girl. Chill, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Chill out.
All I'm saying is that this crowd really took it out for me. It just didn't seem like anybody was really in it. And I think it's because they knew what was up next. I felt bad for them. I really did. This was a title match and it didn't feel like one. It felt like a dark match, or it felt like an elevation match.
At least everybody was still sitting down and didn't go to the bathroom, you know?
Yeah, they waited for the main event. Like somebody. Me.
Javon, you seem distressed.
May I interject something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Whoever idea was in WWE to give Undertaker one of those headsets, bad idea, because now he walking around looking like he leading a cult. And I have questions.
Like Wait, Dark Joel Osteen? Is that what you're saying?
Like he's giving it, like he's fucking giving a TED talk. Like, yo, just go ahead. This is
Mark, come on now.
With his Bianca Belair ponytail. All right, okay. Yes, all right. There's the
no, not disrespecting an Undertaker. Not that.
I'm not disrespecting. I think whoever's in WWE, they could have gave him the podium. A mic and a podium. Stand there and talk like normal people. You walking around here like you trying to get me to worship the devil or something. Like, something.
Not worshiping the devil, girl. Not that. Not Satan worshiping.
And then sidebar, whoever dressed the Undertaker for this event, you should be shot and lost your job. Now, go ahead.
Yo.
What? What, Jacoby? Go look at what he's wearing. Ain't nobody told him to put him in some damn majorette pants.
Oh, not the major.
Ain't nobody telling he look. He got a suit on. He got a suit up at the top and some band pants on the bottom. Like, what in the world? Like, is that an Adidas stripe or what? Like,
stop the fucking madness, please. Stop. The madness needs to stop. Okay, please.
This is the Undertaker. This is his day. Y'all got him out here looking terrible. That's a shame. Like, how y'all white people, boy. I swear, y'all do your own the worst. Go ahead.
So, with that being said, I'm just gonna rate this match a 1 out of 5. Would not recommend for this women's match, unfortunately. But we go into the next situation. I'll take a 1 out of 5 if I get this here.
That's if that's the price you have to pay, it's worth it every time.
First of all, can somebody tell Mark Briscoe to get his mouth fixed, girl? Like, ain't nobody like what?
Hell nah. Don't listen to them, Mark. Don't do it.
Like, I looked at the two of them there, and they're both unfuckable. Like, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yo,
nothing is attractive. Like, I try to find, and I could not find a fucking thing that made me go, Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe need to get it. Like, nothing, zero, right? And also, they're one of those weird type of people, but I can't even tell you what they are. I was just like, are they mixed? Are they white? Are they just dirty? Like, what is happening?
They're white.
Well, they need a bath.
And then some. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Jesus.
So we finally get it. All this shit talk and bullfuckery and just bickering back and forth. Now they in the ring. And it was everything we wanted. You paid $30 to watch this shit. Okay? It was everything. I don't think I could even ask for more. The Briscoes still got it. They still can wrestle like fucking G's. I love it. FTR, again, is proving they are the best tag team in the world.
Oh my God. All right.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'll wait.
Look, this was the Olive Garden breadsticks of the night. Okay. This was everything you need. Okay. And guess what? It had a decent payoff. It probably could have been better. I feel like they could top this. Does that make sense? Like, having said that, having given it that kind of grandiose compliment, I feel like they could still top this match if they wanted to down the line. However, I was into it the entire way, but FTR, don't get it twisted. FTR is doing everything correctly, and it's like the perfect storm for them right now. But FTR thrives as heels. And this is a weird, like, semi-face turn now because of the end of the match, not because of anything with the Briscoes. Well, I guess the honor thing, but then again, that's casual there. But instead it was the lack of honor from the Young Bucks at the end that solidified the roles for their match on Wednesday. But I think that really downplayed the match for what it was. Like, the Bucks show up and totally undermine this entire feud that's been building up for months now between FTR and the Briscoe Bros. And then all they want to do at the end is like talk about how shitty ROH is. And I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, this is a great heel promo being like, look, we're the guys that left here to go somewhere else and buy this, right? It doesn't get much baller than that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, that's some DiBiase shit. And like, I'm into it the entire way. But when you have something like that, it's like, oh, well, who cares what we just watched? The real match is going to be on Wednesday. And that's how they posed it. And I'm like, it really discredits what we just saw. Just left a bad taste in my mouth at the end for what was a really, really fun and good match.
Okay. Monday night, like, A, did the right people walk out with the championships belts? B, what do we do with the Briscoes now?
No, the right team didn't win, and that's why, to use Jacoby's bread analogy, this match was like a Popeye's biscuit.
No water?
It was good when you first bite into it, but that bitch gonna make you choke and gag. That's what the ending did for me. It made me choke. And the Young Bucks was hard to swallow. That's what it was.
God damn. Yo, shit.
Like, to have the Briscoes lose, I'm just like, really though? Really?
On their home turf.
They won't sign. They won't sign.
Just to set up FTR and the Bucks again, which I'm all for it. I'm great. But then I fear that, guess what? The Young Bucks about to beat them.
I don't want to see the Young Bucks on. Wait. I do want to see the Young Bucks on Ring of Honor. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it decongests Dynamite for new people.
Yep. And it gets Adam Cole away from the Bucks for a while.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it furthers that decongestion. No more color, no more super elite.
Nah, they'll just be on both.
They'll be one of those teams, you think?
You think they're gonna take the Bucks? You think they're gonna take the Bucks off Dynamite?
Well, I don't think
throw them on Ring of Honor. That they ain't even got no TV deal or anything. Nah, they're gonna be on both.
I think that the Bucks, while they can be on both, I don't think that they'll be as big a player in the Adam Cole story if they're doing double duty. And I think that's a good thing for them and for the Adam Cole story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because as long as they're there,
you got to think they keep going. Like, you have to think, like, do we really think they win though?
The ROH titles? I mean, why not? Who cares? I mean, why not? Who cares? Like, FTR still got belts.
You know what they should do? You know what they should do? Give us a triple threat tag team match at Double or Nothing. That's what they should do.
I'm okay with that too. But Javon, what is next for them boys?
They won't. They haven't signed with AEW at this point.
They can't sign with AEW. You keep saying they won't. They can't. Warner won't allow that after the homophobic remarks and the bullfuckery. They won't let them have it.
You're right.
I'm just saying, FTR came off a great match.
We'll take them in NXT.
I mean,
what?
Huh?
And do what?
Russell, I mean, we edgy now at NXT 2.0. We edgy.
Edgy.
We about the demo. We about the kids.
So you want to put Mark Briscoe's mouth for the children?
Yeah, for the children.
Girl. Okay.
He's just trolling. That's what he's doing right now.
Right.
No, because I mean, unless they're gonna go to Impact, where else are they gonna go? come on over. Well,
back
sign
to
that
the
contract and come on over. They can do that.
Tony Khan ain't gonna let those boys go.
Hmm?
Tony Khan ain't gonna let those
He
boys
better
go.
figure
They'll
that-
stay on Impact. No, I mean they'll stay on
Figure it out.
they'll stay on RH. I don't see any other. I don't see any other future with them. NXT can't handle something like the Briscoes. That's like honestly, we talk about MJF going to secure the bag. Do we want neuter MJF? Like, no. Do you want neutered Briscoes? No. Like, their unkept look, no teeth, and dirty body is charming to most wrestling fans.
Yeah,
they just look.
But I will say this: with WWE's focus on characters, Vince can pull that shit off.
Probably
The dirty, dingy Briscoes. That could be a thing.
The Briscoes the Briscoes look like they take showers and just let the water run over their feet and say they washed them. Like, that's what they do. No soap, no nothing. They just
they jump in the pool and they're like, all right, we're good.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just be they look musty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just look. If Musty was a person, it'll be the Briscoes. That's how I feel. Like a bushel of just musty carrots.
Not the carrots. Oh my god. All right, let's move on.
I mean, what are we moving on to? This fucking squash match, bitch? Like,
yes, sir. It got the job done, no?
Look, first of all, I was about to talk shit about Suzuki until I watched him fucking two-piece this kid and put him to sleep. You know, like, I'm like, all right, first of all, fucking Rhett Titus, they was like, oh yeah, he's like 30 years old. He's been in the game for X amount of time. I'm like, he 30, that motherfucker look 50. Like, he was somebody's granddaddy. He is like a bad creative character. They was like, oh, we're gonna make this body right, but we're gonna make this face. Well, we can't make the face, right? The body came from WWE 2K22, and the face came from goddamn No Mercy.
Damn.
It's just the truth.
I gotta be that way,
this dude, and I'm A-okay. The Foundation took some hits tonight, except for Jonathan Gresham. But the Foundation took some hits. The legs of the Foundation is real weak. Well, kind of.
The whole damn Ring of Honor took a hit. They took all the hits.
Damn
they
right.
took every bit of hit. Like, god damn.
Okay, but look, Javon, all 5 people in Ring of Honor can't be mad. Like, all five people in Ring of Honor can't be mad. What do you mean?
Yeah, they can.
It's only 5 of them.
That's like, you know what it's like? It's like NXT 2.0 kicking NXT Black and Gold in the ass. That's what it is. Exactly what it is. Like,
well, maybe Tony can do better than what we got with NBA NXT 2.0. Who knows?
Well, I mean, of course he will. Like, the bar ain't that high.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you, the bar
not that high, boo.
I mean, obviously, Suzuki match is a fucking 3 out of 10 recommend. However, right? Why y'all been hiding Mr. Josh Wood? Let's talk about that. Like, y'all been hiding this little boy, like, from me, and I feel like disrespect.
All you had to do was go to Nate's family reunion. There he was.
Okay, bitch. I told you I have a type. Who, you know, whatever.
Maybe it's for the best that you don't go to those family reunions.
I mean, absolutely correct. Right. Okay. You might be right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might stay away from the family reunions. But other than his look, which is appealing, this boy was actually pretty fucking impressive. And also
put a good match on, to be honest with you.
Huh?
I thought they both stepped up and put
I was about to say, Wheeler Yuta left that motherfucking shit in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the shit out of this match.
Right. For 2 dudes that honestly could end up being like ROH mainstays, I'm totally fine with it. Like, That's it. That's what you want. That was a good match. And like, shout out to Wheeler Yuta though. I mean, they even said it on commentary. My man's been taking ass beatings from everybody, right? But they're all names. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lost to Danielson, but you know what? He's picking things up as he's losing these matches, and it's obvious that he's really focusing on honing the character to become the best wrestler he can be, and I applaud him for that. And he was rewarded for it tonight.
Right. My problem though is Wheeler Yuta not even winning the Pure Championship. I'm okay with that part of it. It's just his trajectory. Where do we go now? Because I mean, he was actually my choice for William Regal in that group.
Mm-hmm.
But now, looking at my other choices from Ring of Honor for that group, I'll take Josh Wood in that group.
True. I could see that for damn sure.
This match was really good. Just through and through. Like, I think any of the Pure matches. Now, I have caught up with those. I watched the Pure matches. I think the rule set makes those matches very interesting. Because a Pure match can turn on a fucking dime just from a decision made by one of the wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all in all, Wheeler Yuta winning the title, I'm okay with it. I'm just, again, I was very excited for him, and it still could be a thing where he continues to work towards getting with William Regal. But then, and again, with this match, I mean, what, 4 out of 10? I'm sorry, 4 out of 5, right? Like, yeah, yes, no, maybe so. 3 out of 5.
I would give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Okay, 4 out of 5. Yeah, recommend. I'm good with it. Javon, anything in this match that we missed? Are you a fan of like the Pure Belt or no?
Yeah, they used to be like my favorite title, a wrestler's title. I like the fact that you can only get so many times you can grab that rope. And after that, you're fucking stuck. You better figure it the hell out, or you done. So I like that aspect of it. It's different. It sets it apart from like just a regular wrestling match. You got to have a little bit of strategy involved in a pure wrestling match.
Mm-hmm. And now his favorite championship belt's a 24/7 title. So there's been some regression.
Oh shit.
No, actually, my favorite title is the Impact Digital Media Championship.
Girl, I'll tell you something. There's a lot of drama with that belt, and I love it. Like, bitches got hit in the head with a keyboard the last time I watched.
Before we continue, a Hall of Fame update. The Undertaker's still preaching, and it looks like Kane has made a full transition to a Republican. Continue. Oh.
That's on brand. It's pretty on brand.
Like, he looks so Republican. I can't believe that this the nigga that was Kane. I'm to this point like, nah, they got to be 2 of them. This ain't him. This is not him. This can't be him. Like, so
be Shockmaster to me.
Yeah. Continue. Go ahead.
And as we wrap up this Ring of Honor journey that we had this week on this wonderful April Fool's Day, I thought somewhere we was gonna get a fucking joke or a fooling in some way, shape, or form. No, we did not get that. We got a very strong Jonathan Gresham Bandito match with Chavo Guerrero in Bandito's corner, which I was just like, girl, give it to me. Like, Tony Khan, low key, making up for the breakup with a Chavo Guerrero sighting. Was Chavo necessary? Meh. What do you think?
Necessary for what?
Just, I mean, did he do anything for the match, bitch? That's what I mean.
Hell no. Take up fucking space. That's it. Could have saved your money, Tony.
I like, this is gonna sound real fucked up. Kerwin White, I hate him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think Vicky is
why that was the best shit ever.
I like Vicky better. That's the best Guerrero. Chavo, just to me, I'm just like, whatever. They added him into this match last minute, and I was just like, why? Whatever. Like, Jonathan Gresham, though, good God, for the fucking culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is something else. A fucking pure legend. I'm surprised that Tony let him win those belts because he's a prime candidate. That was my second choice for the Danielson team with Danielson and Moxley and William Regal. That was my second choice. Was Gresham, but he kept those belts. The match was solid through and through, but fuck the match. It's what happened after the match is where the story is. Lethal comes out, Sandra comes out. We think it's like, you know, get your shit together. Lethal's out of pocket. Then they just start stomping this boy out. Then the music hits.
I knew it was him. I oh my God.
I mean, who else did you think? I mean, what else do you think was gonna really happen?
I thought maybe Punk would have come out. However, I mean, what we got was more memorable, and it makes sense canonically, right? Because, you know, like they said, right? Gresham learned from Lethal. Lethal learned from Samoa Joe.
Right. But the funny thing is where actually the impact Samoa Joe had on Ring of Honor, if you really think about it.
Right.
During a major transition, Samoa Joe took that company and put it on his back, and he walked it across the finish line. So here we are, 2022, and guess who's back? I think that if you couldn't have Danielson or you couldn't have Punk, you couldn't have the Bucks or you couldn't have Adam Cole, because they're all occupied doing what they're doing, Joe is the best choice. Like, actually, even out of all of those names, Joe is the best choice to be on Ring of Honor, especially if it's going to be a developmental brand. Because he does so much for, he's the face, he's like the William Regal of Ring of Honor.
It's a fair comp.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's roll with it. I'm okay with it. I'm A-okay with Joe being back there.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's cool.
Walking away from the table tonight, do you have a clear vision of Ring of Honor? Yes or no? And if you do, then okay, cool. But if you don't, what is that vision? What do you want that vision of Ring of Honor to be?
Well, here's what we know, right? We know Samoa Joe is back. Okay, we know Samoa Joe's under contract with Tony Khan, and we know that he will be on AEW this Wednesday. Okay. Does that mean that he's going to be pulling double duty? Does that mean he's going to stay on ROH and just promote ROH while on Dynamite? Does it mean that he might just do a stint in Dynamite before ROH? We have no idea. We have no idea. We are in this liminal space. We're in the twilight zone when it comes to Samoa Joe right now. We're in the twilight zone when it comes to ROH. What I would like to see is that they take all the people from Elevation and from Dark and get them some more screen time on an ROH stage. I think that if they treat this as a developmental brand, that's for the best, because we know that ROH has been one of the best breeding grounds for wrestling, for wrestlers, since 2000. Like, you know what I mean? Since like the early 2000s. Like, you look at all the legends that have come out of there, all the, you know, the alumni of ROH, if you will, they all go on to have, I mean, not always, but they go on and they at least get big contracts at signings, right? They get signed by the bigger companies. They make money. They learn the trade and they learn the craft and they appreciate it more, right? So if you can instill those values in the young guns that you have down in developmental, maybe, you know, we talk about the Varsity Blondes, right? And how they've gotten some shine on Dynamite and stuff, but you put them down in ROH and give them a run at the ROH tag team titles, maybe not now, given who holds them, but down the line, sure, get them some title experience, you know? Private Party's the same way. Granted, they don't fit that style, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you have this new ground for guys to go down there and win titles and learn how to be a champion and carry themselves as such. And they need mainstay vets like Mercedes Martinez, like Samoa Joes, like Lethals, like Jonathan Gresham, if that's what he chooses to do. They have those people in place in order to help promote and put the best product on the thing. That's what we said about Ciampa and about how Tehran was very like, don't put Ciampa on the main roster. Keep him in NXT, black and gold forever, because of what he brought to that brand. Now, it's not clear whether or not he'll be on NXT much longer, but he's done truly everything he can do for that brand. And I think that with the 5, jokingly, that's what we call it, but with the 5 people left, the foundation, I think that's what they are. They're a foundation to be built upon using an influx of talent that's not regularly used. So I think if they just treat it like what it is, and that's a prized NXT, not to be, not to keep comparing it to WWE, but you make it you make it the FCW, right? You make it the OVW, you make it developmental. Tony Khan's like, all right, great. Moxley cannot go anymore. Danielson can't go anymore. Great, I got 5 more. Bring them up.
Monday night, you got the floor.
What's the question?
How many you've lit up so many times? I'm surprised you even keeping up at this point.
I am. Hall of Fame update. Shawn Michaels got his hair back. It's about to go down.
I'm sorry. What do you mean Shawn Michaels got his hair back?
Unless this bitch wearing a toupee, this nigga got his hair back. I mean a full head. Unless this is a toupee under his head, and Shawn has sold himself out, this nigga done got his hair back.
It's about time.
Amen to that, because I won't feel in ball, Shawn. Nah.
His head was too big and round. He looked like the leader from Incredible Hulk. Like, but question is, do you have a clear vision of Ring of Honor after the pay-per-view tonight? And then also the follow-up to that is, if you don't have a clear vision, what do you want that vision to be?
I mean, the clear vision is Ring of Honor is what has always been, is just now owned by Tony Khan. That's it. It's not any bigger. It's not any less. It is what it was. Just Tony Khan owns it, and now is going to be it could be used as a vehicle for AEW. That's it. The same way like they were hyping all the AEW stuff, how stuff in Ring of Honor now can take, they hyped up the match, and instead of saying when it's going to happen on the next Ring of Honor show or so hype that, they're like, nah, Dynamite. So it's like, at this point now, is now waiting to see, okay, well, what's next? What's next for Ring of Honor? That's really what is to see, like, when they're going to announce the next show or the next set of tapings or the next big show of Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see when that happens and how long it's going to take for that to happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For me, I can kind of see the direction. I'll align with Javon, where is Ring of Honor, right? If it wasn't Ring of Honor, they would have found a way to dissolve those titles very quickly. Right? So all the Ring of Honor titles still stand. Everybody, all the belts are still there. What I don't like is they went on all AEW stars, or they literally neutered everybody, like, in front of us. The foundation got neutered. Now, What makes sense though, I get it. They'd have had the belts a long time, right? Fresh and new, but give it to me slow, right? You know what I mean? Like, just don't take me out to dinner before you have your way, right? Like, you out here just doing what you want to do. It kind of looks kind of weird. The aesthetic of it was kind of weird. How every founding member of Ring of Honor took an L tonight. Everybody. All in all, Tony Khan said he put on the best pay-per-views ever. I don't agree with that. This was good. I enjoyed it. Like, I was entertained.
All right.
I will say
is this better than Great Balls of Fire, or is this better than fucking Fast Break or whatever that was, Fast Lane? Like, it's like, what do you want?
Are we talking the Great Balls of Fire? They had the Hell in a Cell. Is that the one?
Well, there was one. No, the Great Balls of Fire main event was Joe Brock, and it was like a great setup, all for Joe to lose on one F5, and you were like, okay.
How we always get back to this Great Balls of Fire? We always find our way to Ricochet's asshole and fucking Great Balls of Fire. We always find our way here.
It's
and shout out to Ricochet. Shout out to Ricochet. Go ahead.
He beat two dudes.
He go ahead. So shout out to him.
Wait. Yay. Speaking of that, who won the Battle Royal on cable?
Madcap Moss.
Because you almost killed that nigga. That's why. So you gonna get him right. Hell yeah, he need a consolation prize because you literally almost murdered him on TV.
And guess who he last eliminated?
Who?
Shay.
Finn Balor.
What a rub. What an absolute rub.
But there you go. After he eliminated the NXT champ. So there.
Braun Breaker was, or excuse me, I'm sorry, Dolph Ziggler was.
Yeah, he was in it. So look,
good times.
As we close out, Ring of Honor, just as a whole, right? Like, just as a whole, needs to take the black and gold approach, which I think they always had that. It doesn't need to lose its charm, right? But I do feel like Dark and Dark Elevation, that's done now. You got Ring of Honor.
Right.
You can keep Elevation. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's kind of weird because, like, what are you gonna do with Paul White now? Like, you just got him.
Well, you can do something with him. Again, I was pleasantly entertained. I think you guys are pleasantly entertained. Javon had a long day. We got a lot more over the next.
You got that right.
2 days. So strap in. You will see us every night. We'll be here.
We'll see Nate eventually.
Right. We'll see Daddy Dusty. We'll try to get him on night 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like of WrestleMania. So I mean, we started our wrestling journey for the week off right. Like this was not a bad start. We still waiting for NXT. Oh, the disrespect for NXT's show too. Stand and Deliver.
1 p.m. baby.
Stand and Deliver is not even Stand and Deliver right now. They should call that shit NXT Sit Down and Shut Up, because they don't even give a fuck about that shit. They didn't even get on the network. Girl, okay, whatever. Anyway, Jacoby, where can people find us?
So as always, you guys can find us here on our YouTube page. You can also find us on all platforms that you find your podcasts, whether that be Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, If and Then and the Other. We are there. You can find us on Instagram at The Hardest Part of the Ring with an underscore, on Facebook at the same name, and of course on Twitter at The Hardest_pod. So everyone